G'day all, welcome back. So there wasn't a video on Monday, I apologise for that, but last week was a bit hectic and I didn't want to just record a video for the sake of recording a video. So after picking up the bin from Earnshaw, which was on Tuesday, Wednesday we had a spray day with the GRDC hosted by Bill Campbell down at the Cascade Hall there. So we're learning all about, basically controlling your nozzle droplets and sizes and everything you should do when you come into spraying and how you should do it all. So it was a very good informative day. Then the next day we did something in the morning and then the afternoon was spent at a clearing sale which is just down the road. Actually we were moving the grader. We moved the grader to Clare Downs. Anyway, we were then at a clearing sale for the rest of the day there, and then Friday I was actually on my way to Perth. So then yesterday, Monday rolled around, it was 40 degrees, we had a movement ban, and we, what did we do? We built some beds down at the quarters, and then we were at my place, we were building some cabinets. That was a lot of fun. Which brings us to Tuesday. So today is obviously Tuesday. So what are we doing? Cal is out spreading. He's doing the lime. We're still going on that. Henry has headed off grading, so he's gone down to Clare Downs. We're grading up a catchment for the guys down there. Unfortunately, there's only the one to do, but we're going to get one done for them. And the reason for that is they've got a freshwater soak over here at their place, which is opposite my where my house is, and that is where we will possibly have to be starting drawing water from soon. Just sort of helping each other out. Grab one of their catchments for when it rains and we can steal some water. Which brings me to what I'm doing today. We've got a community dam down here at Cascade. Now, typically, no one really uses it, but it has been used quite a lot of recent because, as you guys know, we are super dry and there is just nothing. No rain, no nothing. Anyway, I'm heading down there now to go and have a look at what the go is. There's a standpipe, but there's so many people taking water from it that the standpipe isn't working, so you got to maybe take your own pump down there. So that's what I'm just going to go and see and do. Now, the reason I'm doing this is we are obviously very, very dire on water. Typically, it's only sort of meant to be used for stock, but it's not until it's been declared as a water deficiency zone you can use it for everything. I'm going to go down there and use it for stock. So I'm going to fill up the horse water at my place because that's getting low again, and then whatever's left over we'll top up at the shed. But we'll just go down and we'll see if it's actually worth us. The shed. I'm losing my words. We're going to go down and just see if it's worth us pulling from there or not. If it's going to be a pain in the ass, then we just won't bother with it. So that's where I'm headed now. Rightio. Well, this is the dam. So as you can see, we've got a nice big dam. It's rather low at the moment, as is everybody else's dam on everywhere, which is why a lot of people are carting from here. So it's got an electric pump, so that's what this box is over here, and you can hear the petrol pump. I just started that up. That's a 3-inch pump that's also pumping into the tank just to aid, get it a bit more water in. The standpipe, I don't know. We'll see if I come down or not. There's there is water in the tank, but yeah, we'll see. So the standpipe is just down there, and then we've got two enormous tanks, empty, about there. So these are two adjoined. So they're both about there. So this feeds the school, the hall, the oval there. It does all that. So there's a fair bit of demand off these tanks and off that dam, so you can imagine why it goes low, and then you sort of feel bad for coming down and stealing water. Not that it's stealing, it's open to the community, it's the community's water. but you get what I mean. Right, so on the other side we've got a marking there. It's for the school tap level, so I think that's for the water for the school, I think it's just retic, things like that. Maybe toilets run off it as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna not come down. The tank is so low that yeah, I'll come down when I'm absolutely desperate for water for the horses. We've still got half a tank, so they should be right for a little while. So I'll leave that. But Cascade's trying to get declared as a drought deficiency or water deficiency zone, and when that happens, that standpipe there is exclusive just for stock, and they'll cart water in if they need, and yeah, then it's just exclusive for stock. So we'll come down and we'll grab it to fill up the horses' water. But until then, well, if we do get declared water deficient, I don't know what we're going to do with spraying. We'll just pray that it rains. It's going to rain at some point, but hopefully it rains a lot. That'd be ideal. So we'll go back to the shed, and yeah, we will. Think I might even hook onto the Earnshaw, and we'll bring that up to the shed. Maybe start looking over that, what we're going to do. There's obviously what are we? We're nearly end of Feb, 25th. So we've got essentially a month and a little bit till we start seeding. So there's lots of stuff to get done, but just the time to do it and when we do it. The Earnshaw is still here, so the truck driver's apparently coming today to pick it up, take it in. It's alright, I haven't paid for the bin yet. Well, I haven't paid for the seeder yet, so it's not like they're willing to bring it out just yet. So that's still got to go in. Cows obviously out spreading. Now as soon as that spread is done, we can then use the telehandler to do what we're about. I can use the loader anyway. There's lots of stuff. So he's doing that. We also need to spread some potash when that's all done. So I need to get potash out during March so we can go spreading potash over our sands. I'll explain that when it comes time. Well, along with needing water, we need to probably go and cut some from our dam for Henry's house, because that's getting low again. But I'll get a clear head. I'm going to go and pick up the trailer, the Earnshaw trailer, because we need to put that tank on there. We need to sort that all out before seeding, obviously. We obviously need a loader or a telehandler to lift it on. This is where I'm all getting to. Telehandler's out there spreading. The loader's down at my place. Now, down at my place, I've had about 40 quarry rocks delivered. They're about 5 tonne each, and Louis down there at the moment. We need to place them in place. That's our retaining wall, and then we're going to have the guys with the bobcats here later to put the sand all around. But to do that, we need to move into place. That's going to be a whole episode of how we do that. I don't know how we're going to do that. Louis isn't the strongest of loaders, so placing them could be interesting. What we're going to do is going to be interesting, so we'll just see how we go with that. It's going to be a bit of fun, but then we need Louis to get back here so we can lift this tank on and do all that. It's just lots of stuff going on, and you feel like you're just running out of time. You know, when you're like, oh my god, we've got to get all this stuff done, and then you're like, oh, I've got plenty of time, and you're like, well, no, I don't have plenty of time, because Henry and I, is this going to make a noise? Is this going to start? Haha, good old Butters. Henry and I are going with CSBP actually to the F1. So in Melbourne, we're going to go, and we're there for the 3 days, which is going to be awesome. So I think it's the 13th of March to the 17th of March, we're away doing that. So there's like a whole week that Henry and I aren't here. So, just you're running out of days to do things, but then, you just got to get on and do them. So we're getting on and doing them. We're taking Butters, we'll clean the tail, the hitch up on the back, and we'll go and bring the trailer up here, and then that way it's up here and we can then just straight away get into doing it. It's a long way of saying what we're going to go and do, but yeah. What I got to do is clean the turntable. So the turntable obviously had grease on it when we dropped the trailer off. We drove up, dirt got on it, so you know you don't want to have grease and dirt. You're going to just make an absolute nightmare for yourself. Give this a clean off. We'll get down, I'll grease it back up, and then I'll be able to bring the trailer up. Now the other thing we're going to do is this currently doesn't have a number plate on it. We took them off because it's the STD number plate, so it's a stock truck number plate. We obviously don't have stock, and it's very expensive to use that stock number plate because it's registering it as a stock trailer, well, it's a stock carrier, and yeah, it's much more expensive. It's about $6 grand or $6.5 grand compared to about $2 grand. So obviously, take savings where you can. So Dad did that for me, and they're just in town, but driving between farms will be fine. And one other thing, I've got to get to town because Wicked Welding have finished our gates for the house down there, so we can actually have gates and close our house off to the road, so that people don't come driving in or whatever. So I've got to go into town and get that at some point as well. So there's just lots of things to do, things like going and getting that. So that's half a day going just driving into town with the truck and getting the gates and coming back out. So you lose time very quickly without realising it. Forget just how good that bin looks. Looks absolutely terrific. So we'll get up there. We might have a play with the bin because I haven't personally had a play with it. I'm pulling the augers out, things like that. And then we might get to measuring up that back tank. Just see how this is all going to work. Acri just came and picked up the liquid cart, so that's on its way to town. So now I got to remember how to use this. At least if I've forgotten how to use it. I've got a nice video that I can refer back to and go and watch. But remote on, that on, something's happening. I can hear the fuel pump, and then I believe I'm going to really like this function. Might idle it up a little bit. So it's all on here. Front auger raised, that one there. Well, the only thing I forgot there was how to turn it off, but you turn it off with the red button. Yeah, no, that's I'm very excited to see how this goes. Yeah, just super keen. I do worry that it's not high enough, that I was relying on the salesman getting me the heights to give to the guys, and I'm hoping it's fine. But yeah, in the other side, when I've got Henry here and the forklift, we can put on the chutes to see the chutes on there. But yeah, just very excited to start using this at seeding time, because it's just going to be so much better than the Nourish, because it's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to speed up our fill times. The only thing will be how long it takes us to empty a thing of liquid. Yeah, that's what we'll figure out. We can do this now, but we won't be able to do this when we got the chutes on, because the chutes will be too long and they'll get in the way. They'll hit. But it's pretty cool that you can't hit the augers at all. You just can't hit them. So yeah, it's a good design to have. The back auger definitely gets more oil than the front. And I do love that I've got the electric tarp. I know it's slack of me, but you'll see when we'll do the measurements now, we'll go and measure that up, but you'll see why I've gone for that. It's because as a man needs to climb up here and then try and roll the tarp in between that and the bin, or they have to roll the tarp between the bin and the cab. And anyone who's ever rolled a tarp will know that you can't roll them from this angle. You have to have them out pretty much not as straight as you can get them, but you need to have them out on a good angle when they're in tight. It's nearly impossible. So that's why I went for the lazy man option and went for that. So I'll just put it back. There's no point having it open. Just wanted to make sure she was still working. Okay, usable deck space. I mean, if you don't want to get in the bin, you could go 5 metres, but you need to be able to fit a man up there. And so let's say realistic usable space to here, give a bit of space for the man to get up, 4.6 metres. Now the thing I'm not sure yet, or things that will change, will be how we brew this up. I've been talking to a few guys, and what they do is they have their tank on here, and then they also have their shuttles of stuff on here as well, and then they just direct inject that in with the flexi end instead of mixing it all with the flexi like back at the shed, which is sort of my plan. I just don't think we'll go find out. 4.6 metres, I don't think I've got the space to have shuttles up here. So we have got usable space on this. We'll call it 4.1 metres. So it leaves me with 500 to spare. Fits. I knew it was going to fit. Just how we work it. So the idea will be that the truck will come in and then come from the fert shed here, fill up with the Ag Star, and then whilst you're there, you probably just need to pull forward a little bit more. You got your flexi end tanks here. We'll have them hooked up with a pump down here. Probably Henry's batching system, or maybe I'll make one ourselves just to do it. And then pump everything, well, you sort of make everything on the ground, pump it into the tank on the truck. So things we got is obviously flexi end. There's going to be flutriafol. So flutriafol was on the fertilizer. It's now going to be in the liquid, so we don't get the dangerous dust off of the fert. we've got, I think it's 323. I'll have to, don't quote me on that. It's manganese, copper, and zinc, and that's I can't remember what rate that goes out at, but I know I'm getting 12,000 litres of it. So there's that. So there's those three. Then when we're doing wheat, there'll be Cruiser Opti in there as well. So we get the dust off of our wheat. Our wheat's naked this year. So yeah, there's a few things to brew up on the ground. Things are going to need granny hoppers. The flutriafol is probably in a drum that we pour in, or it's on a scud, so we're going to need to make up a scud sucking system to get that stuff in. And then yeah, the 323 will be, there'll be a fair decent chunk of that going in each load. So it's a fair bit of stuff to mix and then get in. And then my idea was to have the outlet of the tank down that end. The reason for that is the truck's on an angle, well, the trailer is. So you have your low point down there, so it's always going to drain out, really easy for cleaning out. But then that gets a bit of a thing on where do I put my pump, because if we have it the other way around, we could plumb it so it goes down, maybe. This is just thinking, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so comment below on ideas, things like that. But yeah, it could go down into the deck, come over into here, and we get rid of the chains on here, make up an actual deck, cover it in, and a pump in here. So the FlexiAm pumps down here. It goes into there, so you can fill it from this way. You could also suck, fill the other one, fill the liquid cart from this way, and then have a hose, I don't know, coming up here somehow. I'd love to have a like a big carrier that would swing out like this, so that you're not having to physically carry a full hose of FlexiAm. FlexiAm weighs a lot, so 1 kilo, 775 grams. Mils is 1 kilo. Equivalent to a kilo. So in 1 ton of liquid is 727 litres. So it's heavy stuff. So yeah, sort of my idea. And yeah, as soon as we've done these rocks, now I've got it here, we've measured it up. Yeah, it's here. And now we know it's here, it's in the way, we've got to walk around it. I've got to work on it. So yeah, I've got to pick Henry up from down at Cloudowns, actually driving down to his ute this afternoon, and then after that we might get into doing trying to move some rocks around with just Louis at my place and see how we go with that. So yeah, we'll leave this project for now, but I've got it here, and now I'm going to work on it. Right, my next mission for the day, for the afternoon, was to replace that cable right there. So that's for my Starlink, and the Starlink stopped working last week. Basically what it was doing is it just turned on and then off, on off, on off, on off, on off, on off, just constantly. And then eventually it said that it couldn't reach the router, so that unit just there. So finally Starlink sent us out a new cord, whatnot. Now that's ready to go. Chuck that up in the roof. I do have a few issues when it comes to doing that, but there is a cord here which is for the Ethernet, because our computer is Ethernet, and the Selectronic unit in my power room is Ethernet. So I need to have it connected with Ethernet, and it's this little jump cable here. It's got the Ethernet thing there, and I forgot about that. Anyway, I've taken that off, plugged the Starlink in with its direct cord, and it appears to be working. So it's rather annoying that that's worked. I mean, it's good. It means I don't need to climb in the roof, but yeah, why didn't I think of that for starters? And then what's wrong with this little unit? It's not like it's had anything rub on it. Anyway, the issue I've got with getting things back through the roof is that this is the plug that goes in the bottom of the Starlink. And the one that goes into the aerial is a lot easier. It's a pointy looking one like that. And trying to get that through this wall here. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Well, don't need to do it anymore, but I don't know how I'm going to do it because there's noggins, 2 noggins that go across, and I drilled holes through them to slide that, the Ethernet, and the 2-way aerial through. But there's now insulation in that wall, so you can imagine trying to pull something through that would just be a nightmare. And the angle that they're on, and I don't think I did the holes all that large, so it would honestly be a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to keep seeing, making sure this is going to work, and then it looks like it is. Got the online there. And we'll see, maybe I just go up to the shed and I will grab the that unit. Where have I put it? I've got this at the shed so that I can run my security cameras, so the Rhiannon. But yeah, I'll see if I can just see if that works back here on the computer, so Rhiannon can get on to do bookwork and stuff. And if it does, then I just need to get on and order one of those. So, anyway, simple things. Now the retaining wall. Figured I'd show you while I'm here. We need to sort of put rocks around here and carefully do that. We've got the septic tanks just down there, and then it comes out sort of around the bend, sort of to here. Now here, this green height here, that is that's level with up the top there, but we want that down a little bit, so it's going to be about here. And it goes tripped over. Goes the whole way along to the end of the house there, and then back up around. Now it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of interesting stuff to get these rocks in, and you'll see why in just a second. These are from the Esperance quarry, and they are some very, very nice rocks, but they're big, weird shapes, sort of flattish, so something like that. I don't know how that's going to fit in. It's going to be interesting. They're not going to be, I'm sure it'll look nice, but yeah, these rocks, you can't have uniform shaped rocks, can you? So yeah, we'll try and do our best with it. You can see that you got the drill holes through all these, so when they split them, if you've ever been to the Esperance Stonehenge, these are the offcuts from that. So that's the exciting stuff that Henry and myself are going to get to do very shortly, because we need that done so that we can get all this sand put in. And well, there used to be more sand, but we've had a lot of wind since then, but that needs to go into here with the Bobcat guys. Now we'll get this all plumb and level and looking sweet. That's one more job ticked off my list. Right, I've got that. I don't think that this is the issue. I mean, you know, things do flog out, so who knows? It could be the issue. And we'll plug it in, see if I can get the computer going, because then at least Rhiannon's got the computer back so that she can do bookwork. Now I've been, it's taken me longer than what it should have to get a cable, because I've just been down and I've activated the Foxtel down at the quarters, and then also down at Dad's place. We had like the original Foxtel boxes, so they were like 17 years old. So yeah, we just had to update them. Now I'm walking over here because Dylan's been from Farmer General, and we've had some chemical delivered. So I'll just show you what we've got. So it's the chemical that I was talking about, like it's the manganese, the copper and the zinc. I just want to show you what it is. That was delivered today, well, only one of them, and it is called Zinc 242 by Wilchem. So it's got 20 grams a litre of zinc, 40 grams a litre of manganese, and 20 grams a litre of copper. So all the things we need. So manganese is the main one, and zinc as well. Terrific for root growth. growth, and yeah, manganese. Our soils are quite manganese deficient, which is why I was putting it on the fertilizer. But again, you know, hopefully liquid will be better. That is propyzamide, that's for canola. Treflan, these two, that is for grass control in both wheat and barley. And then these two here are liquid atrazine. So we've never tried liquid atrazine before. We've always used granule atrazine. We've still got a pallet of granule from last year, but they had an over order, and we were able to get that liquid for the same price as granule. So we've gone ahead, we've grabbed that. So we're looking forward to that. It means that Henry won't be, normally Henry's doing I think it's about 13 to 14 bags of brew. So to get away from all those bags and batching and mixing a granule to get into solution, get it proper, yeah, the liquid's going to be much better, a much better solution. But it is more expensive generally. But I think Henry's going to tell me from now on he's only going to want liquid atrazine. Time will tell though. Well guys, it didn't work. I got home and I just thought I'd get on the app and just to check, make sure that it still was working. And it was going online, offline, online, offline, online, offline. So it's definitely that cord that needs replacing. So just driving back to the shed. Henry's not too far off now with the grader. We'll go pick him, go and get his ute, then go back to my place, and hopefully we can then jump in the roof. And it will take two people to do it, because the way that, like I said, that whole bloody going through the noggins is just going to be impossible. So we'll see how we go. I hope I'm not drilling a hole through my roof, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, it'd be good. I'll have Henry and we can have one person in the room and one person in the roof yanking on it. See if we can get it through, and then yeah, then hopefully we'll have internet by the end of the day. Right, well, we're just down here at Clare Downs. Just dropped Henry off to his ute, and of course the day's gone away for us as it always does. And yeah, by the time I get back up there, it's going to be way too late to do anything. And I've got little girls that would like to. At the clearing sale, I bought a I bought a motorbike. I bought a four-wheeler. So I got little girls that want to go and ride that. So we'll go and do that when I get home. So it will be tomorrow that we do the Starlink, and then we will also try and move some rocks. So we'll see how that goes. So that'll be the next video. And if we can't move rocks, then we'll go back with the loader. We'll chuck that tank up on the back of the Earnshaw there, and we'll we'll put that in place and get some ideas of what we're going to do and all that. But I do want your guys' input. Comment down below. Things for how I should maybe have that batcher, have the hose, have the pump, anything like that. Got any ideas? I'll read them all, and you guys might have thought of something that I haven't. So let us know. Comment below, and we'll go from there. So with that, I'll leave the video there, everyone. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share it. And I'll catch you in the next one.